Chosen one. Tonight, a hidden world begins to crack open. Forces that have moved in silence, manipulating your path from the shadows, are now being dragged into the light. Lies, theft, betrayal, and spiritual sabotage, threads woven through your life without your knowing, are unraveling all at once. A web of corruption, a mastermind masked in innocence, a truth buried for years, and a destiny that many tried to extinguish, all of it is finally rising to the surface. Something massive is shifting around you, and before this video ends, you'll understand why everything that once broke you is now preparing to elevate you. Before we go any deeper into this revelation, make sure to like this video so it reaches the souls who need this message. If you're new here, subscribe to Elevated Essence, your home for truth, awakening, and spiritual clarity. And if this message resonates with your spirit, share it with someone who feels unseen or betrayed. Your share might be the spark that awakens them. To connect your soul with the universe and with our journey, type the word "reveal" in the comments. Let the universe know you are ready for what's coming. Take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear is not coincidence. It's not imagination. It's the truth you were never meant to uncover until now. Chosen one. A wave of arrest is about to unfold as the networks that have secretly worked against you are finally being pulled into the light, forced to face the full weight of divine justice. Every conspiracy, every lie, every theft, and every act of manipulation that has held you back is about to be exposed, and those responsible will finally pay the price. The time of reckoning has arrived, and you are about to witness the complete dismantling of the forces that dared to stand in the way of your destiny. Right now, even as you hear this, a banker has been caught stealing money from charitable donations that were intended for you. This is no minor issue. This individual is just one part of a group of thieves, and the deception runs deep. But the truth cannot be hidden any longer. God is stepping in to force these thieves to return everything they have stolen from you. And this banker is merely the beginning. You're about to discover that an entire network of people has been systematically sabotaging your life, a whole group of thieving energies whose time is now up. Behind all the theft and deception lies something even more astonishing, a hidden trust fund rightfully yours that you didn't even know existed. While you've been struggling, working tirelessly at multiple jobs, and being told there's never enough to go around, there's been wealth with your name on it, locked away in accounts you never knew about. Your awakening is no accident. You're not just stumbling onto this information by chance. God is revealing these truths to you now because you've reached a level of spiritual maturity that's finally ready to handle the reality of what's been done. You're prepared to see everything clearly and, most importantly, to reclaim what belongs to you. The magnitude of this conspiracy is staggering. This isn't just a single person with a vendetta. This is a coordinated effort by multiple individuals all working together to keep you stuck, struggling, and unable to step into your true power and purpose. What belongs to you? Deep down, you've always felt that something was off. Now, your instincts are about to be proven right in ways you never imagined possible. The ongoing investigation involves an entire corrupt community, people who have been actively hiding your trust fund from you. Law enforcement and federal agencies are already involved, making this far more than a minor crime. This is organized corruption at the highest levels. Multiple individuals are implicated, many of whom believe themselves to be untouchable. But as investigators follow the paper trail and connect all the dots, it leads back to one particular energy, one person who has been the mastermind behind years of coordinated attacks on your life. This person, someone you might easily label as a master manipulator and relentless liar, is finally being seen for who they truly are. Their carefully crafted mask is slipping, and everyone who once believed their twisted stories about you is beginning to see the real truth. This mastermind is consumed with envy over your destiny and has tried to steal it for themselves. They've watched you, studied your every move, and systematically tried to undermine every area of your life just when you were on the brink of a breakthrough. What's even more fascinating is the way the universe operates through reflection and shadow work. Often your greatest adversary mirrors your own gender or certain characteristics, embodying what you might have become had you chosen the path of darkness instead of light. This individual has monitored your progress, your relationships, your career, and even your spiritual growth, always staying one step ahead because they had access to information you didn't even know existed. While you thought you were playing checkers, they were playing chess. Now their exposure is imminent. The embarrassment that's about to befall them will be enormous as years of plotting, manipulation, and self-congratulation come crashing down around them. They were playing chess. But the plot thickens. It's not just this one person at work. You've uncovered that this individual is actually one half of a deeply sinister married couple who have made it their shared mission to destroy your life. These are not simply thieves. They are people who have targeted you on multiple fronts. While one was stealing your money, the other was working to ruin your reputation. While one blocked your career opportunities, the other spread vicious lies to anyone who would listen. The depth of their evil goes even further than you initially suspected. There are indications that one of them may have even played a part in drugging and ending the life of their own child. This isn't just about greed or jealousy. This is about people who are capable of unimaginable evil, individuals who would sacrifice their own flesh and blood to maintain control and power. Now at last their true nature is being revealed. You can see them for what they really are: fakes, phonies, liars, and fabricators whose every image is about to be destroyed by the truth. They built their entire reputation, every story they ever told about themselves, on nothing but lies. Their attacks against you have been relentless and methodical, focusing on character assassination and carefully bending the truth about you to everyone, including law enforcement. The lies they spread were so convincing, so detailed, and so seemingly credible that people accepted them without hesitation. Yet none of it was true, not even a grain. Every accusation, every rumor, every piece of so-called evidence was entirely fabricated. Now the truth is coming out, and the feminine energy in this couple is deeply depressed, realizing that her lies are unraveling. The walls are closing in as the investigation exposes evidence she thought was hidden forever. People who once trusted them are now questioning every word, and the arrogance that made them feel untouchable has become their downfall. They never dreamed they would be caught. Their self-confidence blinded them to reality. Every false accusation, every piece of fake evidence is now being dismantled in the light of truth. But the most painful revelation is yet to surface. The ultimate betrayal may be coming from within your own family, from a parental figure who deliberately raised you to sabotage yourself. Suddenly, the doubts, self-critical thoughts, and patterns of holding yourself back make sense. You weren't born believing you weren't good enough. You were programmed to think that way. Blood doesn't always mean loyalty or love, and sometimes the people meant to protect you are the very ones working hardest to keep you small. This parental figure is guilty of manipulating everyone around them, creating chaos and conflict, then casting themselves as the victim or the peacemaker. Their emotional abuse is deep-rooted, and they thrive on chaos because it keeps everyone too distracted to see the truth. Now your growth threatens their control. Your happiness exposes their lies. The fact that you're breaking free from decades of psychological programming completely disrupts their narrative that you were meant to be unhappy, unsuccessful, and always in need of them. As you begin to connect the dots that span your entire life, you realize these weren't just normal childhood struggles or typical family dysfunctions. This was coordinated spiritual warfare, designed to keep you from ever discovering your true power. Your attackers believed you'd never figure it out. They thought their gaslighting, isolation tactics, and psychological games would leave you forever doubting yourself. For a while, maybe it worked. Maybe you did have periods of deep confusion or despair. Maybe you almost gave up. Their fatal mistake was believing they could break you so easily, never realizing that your spirit was forged in adversity and protected by a higher power. They underestimated your resilience, your inner knowing, and the divine connection that has always carried you, even when all hope seemed lost. Now your enemies are baffled by your resilience and spiritual rank. They saw your struggles and assumed you were weak, but they couldn't have been more wrong. The fact that you survived such intense coordinated attacks is proof of your spiritual significance. Ordinary destinies don't attract this level of organized opposition. Only those with a powerful purpose face so much interference. You've now caught the main antagonist red-handed with undeniable evidence and witnesses stepping forward. The entire operation is being revealed in a way that can't be covered up or spun. Those who built their entire identity on being untouchable and superior are about to face public humiliation. Their reputations are about to be shattered by the very crimes they thought would remain forever hidden. Through all of this, you've managed to transform what was meant for your destruction into the foundation for your elevation. Every attack, every betrayal, is now fuel for your rise. Every attack launched against you has only made you stronger, and every lie told about you has prepared you to speak your truth with conviction and authority. All their attempts to break you have simply revealed your unbreakable spirit. Now the principle of divine reversal is fully active in your life. What was intended to harm you is being transformed for your benefit, and everything that was meant to destroy you is now becoming the very foundation of your victory. What was supposed to end your story is actually the beginning of your most powerful chapter. God has intervened directly in your situation. This is not just human justice slowly working through imperfect systems. This is divine justice, precise and unstoppable, moving on your behalf. Archangel Michael has been personally assigned to guard and protect you, not just in a general sense, but specifically in your case. Every moment of every day, you are shielded by the world's greatest spiritual protection, a kind of security that operates in dimensions beyond your enemy's comprehension. Spiritual technology is at work for you, making their earthly schemes look childish and powerless by comparison. With this level of divine backing, you truly have nothing to worry about. The outcome is already assured. Your victory is guaranteed. All you need to do now is walk in the authority that's been given to you and watch as divine justice unfolds exactly as it's meant to. This protection goes beyond the physical. Your mind is protected from psychological manipulation. Your energy is shielded from spiritual attacks, and your future is secure against all their schemes to disrupt your destiny. You are now operating on a level that makes you untouchable. Your enemies might be able to see you, but they can't touch you. They can plot, but their plans will always collapse. They can speak, but their words hold no power. Divine justice is moving with a thoroughness that no human system can match. Every hidden thing will be brought to light, every secret exposed, every injustice corrected, and every stolen blessing returned with interest. The people working against you always sensed something about your spiritual DNA even before you fully realized it yourself. They knew that if you ever connected with your divine counterpart, your power would multiply exponentially. Two flames apart can give off light, but when they come together, they can ignite a fire that changes everything. This network of thieves has done everything in their power to keep you and your twin flame apart. It was never just bad luck that ruined your relationships or mysterious interference that always cropped up when you got close to someone who truly saw you. It was calculated sabotage. Those aligned with darkness understand spiritual mathematics better than most people understand the basics. They know that certain unions unleash power that threatens their entire structure. Your twin flame was initially overwhelmed and even frightened by the intensity and depth of the spiritual connection you share. But that fear was artificially magnified through manipulation and the same interference that has targeted you. Your twin flame is standing at a crossroads. This separation wasn't something organic. It was engineered by dark forces intent on keeping both of you running at half power instead of combining your strengths. You had to make the hard choice to cut off your twin flame when they weren't aligned with love, truth, or your highest good. That wasn't an act of cruelty. It was an act of wisdom. You recognized that something beyond their control was influencing them. Setting boundaries created a sense of hopelessness in your twin flame as the enemy twisted your strength into a tool against your own happiness. Right now, your twin flame is standing at a crossroads. They can choose you in truth, or they can remain entangled with the manipulative forces that have been working against you both. But the outcome is inevitable. Love always wins when the lies are exposed and the barriers are removed. As the fog lifts and the manipulations are revealed, your twin flame is awakening to the realization that they too were deceived by the same corrupt forces. The scales are falling from their eyes. Clarity is returning to their mind, and the confusion that once kept you both apart is finally losing its power. Now your counterpart finally sees the truth with clarity. They are confronted with the undeniable choice between you and the manipulative crew that use them as pawns in their twisted game. The decision is clear. Light or darkness, truth or deception, real love or toxic manipulation. It's not just their emotions or circumstances steering this decision. It's a deeper spiritual guidance leading them home. They're facing the fear that maybe their past mistakes were too much, that they'd ruined any chance of reconciliation. But that was only another lie planted by the enemy to keep you both apart. Now you're witnessing them choose authenticity over comfort, love over old patterns, genuine connection over control and fear. Their heart is guiding them back to what the mind had been talked out of believing. The bond you share isn't like any ordinary relationship. This is a twin flame connection operating by higher laws and divine timing, beyond what anyone else can explain or understand. Everything that once stood in the way is being cleared, dismantled by spiritual forces far greater than any human interference. You have stepped into your even better era, not just better than before, but beyond what you could have imagined for yourself. Every hardship, every setback, every heartbreak has become the raw material for your transformation. What the enemy used to try and destroy you, God has used to strengthen you. Every attack was preparation. Every breakdown, a hidden breakthrough. Every lie, a foundation for the truth now being established in your life. Sometimes things must completely collapse before they can be rebuilt stronger and more authentic. The false foundations had to be demolished before the real you could emerge. Through this journey, you have turned suffering into strength, confusion into clarity, and isolation into genuine independence. You've gained wisdom and discernment that only come from walking through fire, and you now possess a level of insight about your enemies and their tactics that makes you impossible to fool or gaslight again. Your happiness, your restoration, is not just about recovering what was lost, but about receiving more than you ever imagined. Blessings with interest for all that was delayed or stolen. The enemy's plans have spectacularly backfired. Their schemes made you stronger, more faithful to the truth, and more spiritually connected than ever. As divine and legal justice move in tandem, multiple arrests are about to take place, finally dismantling the web of deceit. The masterminds behind your suffering, including a truly twisted love triangle, are facing consequences no amount of influence or money can shield them from. Human justice may move slowly, but when God's hand is guiding the process, even the most protected wrongdoers are brought to account. Now the corrupt couple responsible for orchestrating so much of your pain will face legal prosecution, not just spiritual or cosmic consequences, but real public accountability. Their humiliation will match the arrogance they once flaunted in private, and justice will unfold on every level: legal, social, spiritual, and financial. Stolen assets will be restored, reputations will be rebuilt, and the truth will speak for itself. God's justice is more complete than anything human courts can offer, bringing to light not just the physical evidence, but also the intentions, the hidden damage, and the wounds inflicted on souls and destinies. Complete vindication is yours, public and personal. Those who believed lies about you will see the truth. Those who doubted your character will understand your journey, and everyone who questioned your story will witness your total validation. The wicked are finally facing consequences they never dreamed possible, and you are walking forward into a new chapter, fully restored and fully seen. They spent countless hours plotting how to dodge human accountability, meticulously covering their tracks, manipulating people in power, and strategizing every move so that if the truth ever threatened to surface, they'd have every earthly excuse or legal defense ready. But in all their cunning, they never pause to consider that there is a level of justice beyond the reach of human hands, a divine accountability that observes every motive, every secret, every intention, and weighs it all against the cosmic scales. They never dreamed possible. They underestimated the reality that even when earthly justice is delayed or subverted, cosmic justice cannot be escaped. They armored themselves for legal battles, rehearsed stories for courts, and fortified their human alliances. But they never imagined that the entire universe would shift in your favor, that the spiritual realm would intervene on your behalf with a thoroughness no earthly power could rival. Victory on this level isn't just about being proven right in the eyes of people. It's about wisdom, about discernment, and about following divine guidance with humility and strength. You are being specifically guided with instructions from the highest source. Do not open the door for those who have harmed you, no matter how desperate, apologetic, or broken they appear. When the day of justice arrives, and it is coming quickly, these people, driven by panic and the loss of their former power, will do anything to get close to you again. Their desperation will make them volatile. Their fear of losing everything may turn into rage. When their carefully constructed worlds collapse, when everything they relied upon dissolves, some may be consumed by a dangerous sense of nothing left to lose. You must remember, cornered animals lash out unpredictably, and the same is true for desperate people whose patterns of dominance have been shattered. You have witnessed their wrath before, seen how ugly, how vengeful, how reckless they become when they do not get their way. You know on a soul-deep level how completely they disregard boundaries when threatened, how easily they cross lines when their control is slipping. Now, as real consequences finally catch up with them, the threat of violence and escalation becomes very real. People who have operated with impunity for years, even decades, rarely accept the loss of power quietly. The prospect of facing true opposition for the first time in their lives will unmask their darkest instincts. Every attack was preparation, every breakdown a hidden breakthrough, every lie a foundation for the truth now being established in your life. Sometimes things must completely collapse before they can be rebuilt stronger and more authentic. The false foundations had to be demolished before the real you could emerge. Through this journey, you have turned suffering into strength, confusion into clarity, and isolation into genuine independence. You have gained wisdom and discernment that only come from walking through fire. And you now possess a level of insight about your enemies and their tactics that makes you impossible to fool or gaslight again. Your happiness, your restoration, is not just about recovering what was lost, but about receiving more than you ever imagined. Blessings with interest for all that was delayed or stolen. The enemy's plans have spectacularly backfired. Their schemes made you stronger, more faithful to the truth, and more spiritually connected than ever. As divine and legal justice move in tandem, multiple arrests are about to take place, finally dismantling the web of deceit. The masterminds behind your suffering, including a truly twisted love triangle, are facing consequences no amount of influence or money can shield them from. Human justice may move slowly, but when God's hand is guiding the process, even the most protected wrongdoers are brought to account. Now, the corrupt couple responsible for orchestrating so much of your pain will face legal prosecution, not just spiritual or cosmic consequences, but real public accountability. Their humiliation will match the arrogance they once flaunted in private, and justice will unfold on every level: legal, social, spiritual, and financial. Stolen assets will be restored, reputations will be rebuilt, and the truth will speak for itself. God's justice is more complete than anything human courts can offer, bringing to light not just the physical evidence, but also the intentions, the hidden damage, and the wounds inflicted on souls and destinies. Complete vindication is yours, public and personal. Those who believed lies about you will see the truth. Those who doubted your character will understand your journey, and everyone who questioned your story will witness your total validation. The wicked are finally facing consequences they never dreamed possible, and you are walking forward into a new chapter, fully restored and fully seen. They spent countless hours plotting how to dodge human accountability, meticulously covering their tracks, manipulating people in power, and strategizing every move so that if the truth ever threatened to surface, they would have every earthly excuse or legal defense ready. But in all their cunning, they never paused to consider that there is a level of justice beyond the reach of human hands. A divine accountability that observes every motive, every secret, every intention, and weighs it all against the cosmic scales. They underestimated the reality that even when earthly justice is delayed or subverted, cosmic justice cannot be escaped. They armored themselves for legal battles, rehearsed stories for courts, and fortified their human alliances. But they never imagined that the entire universe would shift in your favor, that the spiritual realm would intervene on your behalf with a thoroughness no earthly power could rival. Victory on this level is not just about being proven right in the eyes of people. It is about wisdom, about discernment, and about following divine guidance with humility and strength. You are being specifically guided with instructions from the highest source. Do not open the door for those who have harmed you, no matter how desperate, apologetic, or broken they appear. When the day of justice arrives, and it is coming quickly, these people, driven by panic and the loss of their former power, will do anything to get close to you again. Their desperation will make them volatile. Their fear of losing everything may turn into rage. When their carefully constructed worlds collapse, when everything they relied upon dissolves, some may be consumed by a dangerous sense of nothing left to lose. You must remember, cornered animals lash out unpredictably, and the same is true for desperate people whose patterns of dominance have been shattered. You have witnessed their wrath before, seen how ugly, how vengeful, how reckless they become when they do not get their way. You know on a soul-deep level how completely they disregard boundaries when threatened, how easily they cross lines when their control is slipping. Now, as real consequences finally catch up with them, the threat of violence and escalation becomes very real. People who have operated with impunity for years, even decades, rarely accept the loss of power quietly. The prospect of facing true opposition for the first time in their lives will unmask their darkest instincts. This is why your intuition and spiritual discernment are more important than ever. Even while celebrating your hard-won vindication, you are not letting your guard down or making emotional decisions that could place you back in harm's way. Divine protection and practical caution work together for your good. You are combining spiritual authority with practical wisdom, knowing that true victory means not only overcoming your enemies, but also safeguarding your future. Your triumph is being celebrated from a fortress of strength, not from naive relief. You are protected in every dimension. God has deployed spiritual guardians for divine protection for you. Archangel Michael himself standing watch, not in a general sense, but assigned directly to your case, ensuring that every plot, every spiritual attack, every hidden danger is intercepted before it can even reach you. At the same time, human defenders, people who truly see the spiritual significance of your life, are stepping up to stand by you, to support your safety, and to shield you from any further schemes. Your protection is layered and multidimensional. Spiritual protection that frustrates every dark force, human protection from appointed allies, legal protection as the justice system works to recover what was stolen, and even financial protection as blocked resources and hidden assets flow back into your hands. The restoration you are experiencing touches every part of your life. Your twin flame, who for so long was caught in webs of confusion and manipulation, has broken free from the toxic influences that kept you apart. Now they are choosing truth, choosing authentic love, choosing genuine connection over everything that once held them captive. In fact, you find yourself with more than one divine option, a choice between your twin flame and a soul mate who is attuned to your new frequency of abundance and freedom. Where you once felt trapped, isolated, and powerless, you now stand before a landscape of overflowing blessings, free to choose your own path, your own relationships, your own destiny, without interference from those who never wished you well. Every door that was forcefully shut in your face by their manipulation is now swinging wide open. Every opportunity that was blocked is being restored with upgrades. Your journey is bigger than just you. Your story is shining. Your story is shining like a lighthouse, guiding and inspiring other chosen ones who are navigating their own storms of spiritual warfare. Your victory is a living testimony that divine justice is not a myth. Good really does triumph over evil, and truth really does expose every lie in the fullness of time. You are finally making choices from a place of wholeness and love, not from fear, survival mode, or lack. Scarcity thinking has been replaced by abundance consciousness. You know without a shadow of doubt that everything meant for your harm is now being repurposed for your elevation. The conspiracy that once loomed so large has crumbled into dust, its power over you completely broken. You have graduated from victim to survivor, from survivor to warrior, and from warrior to the chosen one, walking with full authority, radiance, and purpose. The restoration is not merely about recovering what was lost. It is about receiving so much more than you ever dreamed possible. Your finances are being replenished with compound interest. Trust funds once hidden in secrecy are finally being released. Stolen charitable donations are being returned. Career opportunities that were blocked are not only coming back, but bringing greater success and fulfillment. Even relationships that were sabotaged by outside interference are being healed or, if necessary, replaced by deeper, healthier connections that support your highest path. You are not simply reclaiming what was taken. You are experiencing overflow, abundance that goes beyond what was lost, an outpouring that makes up for every setback and delay. What is more, the delay in your blessings has actually created a buildup of momentum, a divine slingshot effect, launching you even further than you could have imagined if everything had gone smoothly. The reputation that was smeared is now being restored, not just quietly, but at a supernatural speed. People who once judged or doubted you, the magnitude of this moment, are publicly acknowledging their mistakes, admitting the truth, and some are even asking for your forgiveness. Doors that seemed forever closed are now opening with golden opportunities. Invitations and possibilities that once seemed out of reach are now coming to you almost effortlessly. The enemy's greatest fear, that you would figure it all out, survive, and thrive, has become reality. You cracked the code. You endured the trial. You rose above the attacks. And now you are truly unstoppable, backed by divine favor that makes all human schemes seem foolish and powerless. The magnitude of this moment cannot be overstated. Multiple arrests are imminent, targeting not just the small players but the architects of your suffering. The wicked love triangle, the corrupt couple, the entire network that thought their connections and influence would shield them forever. Divine justice is moving on every front. Legal justice will see them prosecuted in courts. Social justice will see their reputations crumble. Spiritual justice will balance every cosmic scale. And financial justice will ensure every asset stolen is recovered and multiplied in your favor. Human justice can only reach so far, but God's justice examines the intentions, the soul wounds, and the true cost to destinies. Your vindication will be total, public, personal, and spiritual. Those who believe the worst about you will be confronted with undeniable truth. Those who question your integrity will see your validation in real time. The people who doubted your story will witness every lie collapse, every slander refuted, every attempt to destroy you turn to dust. Your enemies are finally facing consequences they never thought possible. Accountability on every level, loss of reputation, public exposure, and the total dismantling of their old lives. And as for you, this is your new beginning. Your new beginning. The era of walking on eggshells, hiding your truth, or shrinking to fit into spaces where you never belonged is over. You are stepping into a life of freedom, security, divine love, and abundance. You are surrounded by layered protection, guided by divine wisdom, and backed by spiritual power that cannot be matched by anything on earth. Your story has become a roadmap for others and a celebration of what it means to be chosen, to endure the darkest night, and to rise into the dawn with unstoppable faith and unshakable authority. This is the season where your true life begins. A life where you are no longer defined by what was done to you, but by the limitless blessings, protection, and victory that now surround you. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the growth of my faith. Help me trust you even when physical evidence is lacking. Let me believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm me. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not harm, to give me a good future. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice. I offer up this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your journey and how you are preparing for your own triumphant return. If you'd like to support our work, please consider contributing through Buy Me a Coffee. This helps us continually improve our content to offer you the best. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. No gift is too small. Whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share, your generosity helps spread God's word and brings hope to others. Don't stop here. Watch our next video for powerful revelations about the signs that reveal you are the chosen one. This is the best way to wrap up today's video, and we will meet again in the next one, Chosen One. Remember, everything unfolding around you now is not random. It's alignment, revelation, and divine timing converging all at once. Before you go, if today's message resonated with your spirit, you may want to explore the next pieces of this journey. Videos like Chosen One, You're the Talk of the Town, warning face everything's going down right now. And Glowing Star Chosen ONES Glowing Star, they've discovered your true identity. Connect deeply with the energy we uncovered today. No pressure at all. Just offerings that might bring clarity to what you're experiencing in this season, especially if you feel the shifts intensifying around you. And if this video spoke to your soul in any way, sparkles like the video to help more chosen ones find their clarity. Sparkles, share it with someone who might need this message right now. Sparkles, and drop a comment below. Your voice, your energy, your presence here truly matters.